This is Andy for Last Bell Boxing down at Riley's gym. Pleasure to be talking to amateur star Olivia Dunleavy and coach Atif Shafiq. Guys, I've just watched a spar with you and Nick Hopewell and come away amazed by your talent. And I've just asked Daz Medcalf how old you are, and I could not believe what he's just told me. How old are you?
15.
You fight like you're 21. Where's this talent come from?
Just hard work. During 6-week holidays, I've been in training 2 times a day.
Atif, tell me about what she brings to the table, because quite clearly there's a lot of talent there. Oh, and before I go any further, Daz Medcalf just whispered in my ear that you're going to become a world champion.
What do you say to that? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Her talent, well, I think I've said to everybody, her best asset is that she's a very good listener and she's very, very coachable. So everything I say, she'll do instantly, whether it's outside of the gym, whether it's in the gym, in the ring, on the bag, whatever I tell her, she'll just do and she'll try it. And I think so far, 10 times out of 10, it's worked, hasn't it? Yeah. So it's just, she got that trust in me as a coach and I've got the trust in her as a fighter. I know whatever I say, it doesn't go on deaf ears. And that's her best attribute. Not she's amazingly talented. It's all the hard work and the listening that she put in. That's give her the ability and talent that she's got now, but it's only a fraction of what's to come.
Yeah, I can see the talent's there. It's clear for all to see. How old were you when you first walked into the gym?
14.
You've only been boxing 16 months.
Yeah.
Wow.
Through summer, she was in the gym twice a day. So I was a pro 10 years. I know what it takes. I've been a long time world level fighters. So the way she trained this summer, she wouldn't train no different if she were a professional fighter training for the world title.
I'm quite staggered by that, I've got to be honest. You don't see that sort of talent in that sort of time. There's something special there, obviously. What are we looking at for the next, let's say, 12 months?
She's in the developments, the first rounds this Sunday. I think she'll just wait and she won't box. I expect her to breeze through the development championships. She's had 5 amateur bouts now, won 5. I expect her to be, hopefully she'll be 7 or 8 by end of October, win the developments, that'll be nice. And then she's got the junior ABAs coming up in April. There's a couple of good girls in her weight category that are like European champions, European level contests. So I think that's where she'll get the test, when she's boxing the elite level girls at her age and weight. I look around now, there's about 2 or 3 girls that are probably on her sort of level. That'll be tests for her. And I expect her to be in there and competing and winning. And then we'll just, the sky's the limit really. But like I said to her from the start, amateur boxing for her, it's just an apprenticeship. You've seen us fight 8 rounds today with a 30-year-old woman, twice her age. She's doing 8 rounds, so we're preparing for 10, 12 round fights. That's the level she's at. Over 3 rounds, you don't see the best of her.
Yeah, and I mean, Nick's in camp for a Commonwealth title fight. That tells you the level that Nick's at. So, and you've more than matched yourself in there. That obviously stays in the gym. And you take away back to your gym, Unity Gym, isn't it? Tell me a little bit about your gym and what's going on there.
Yeah, so we've been open again. She came the second week. So I met her. I run a business working in schools as well. So I met her in the schools, and then the first week was the first week working with her. And the second week she came to the gym. She was literally one of the first crop of kids that came through, and she's there every single day since. And yeah, so we've been open 16, 18 months. I run it with my friend Abdul Majid, Kash Ali's brother. We run it together. And it's thriving. We've been open 16 months and we've got 22 carded boxes, a handful of very, very good kids, Olivia being one of them. Regan's another very good listener. He's again who's 17 sparring a 20-plus-year-old pro fighter today as well. He's another good kid. We've got a few others. And it's thriving. It's a busy club. We get 30 to 40 kids in an evening, just in one class. It's fantastic, the atmosphere we've built, the family network we've got now, it's got its own little vibe, and we love it there, don't we? Yeah.
This is what boxing's all about, isn't it? I mean, the way I see it is, these sorts of gyms, small all shows, amateur boxing, it's the lifeblood of boxing, right?
Yeah, 100%, like I said, with the gym feel now, I was fortunate to be around Brendan Ingle for 10 years, and I saw what he built and what he created. He didn't build, he created it. And I'm fortunate to be in a position where we can do something similar. we've got a memorial of Brendan on the wall, and it's all about continuing his legacy.
When you talk about Brendan, you're talking about the very, very elite of coaches. That's obviously rubbed off onto you, and you're taking it into the next generation now. I know it's difficult to look forward, and you've talked about Olivia, this just being a stepping stone to the pros. She's only 15. What sort of age do you think she's going to turn over?
Before 20, I'd say definitely 18, 19, 20. It just depends on the maturity. As you can, she's strong for the age, but she's not got that strength needed yet. But that's going to come in time. There's no rush. She's like I said, she'll be boxing 16 months. So in another 16 months, imagine how good she'll be. So that will take her to 17 years old, barely that. So we're all right. There's no rush.
Olivia, had you had any combat sport experience before you joined the gym?
No.
Fighting with her brothers.
Yeah. Literally.
That's where the strength comes from. So what was it that attracted you to boxing in the first place?
I was struggling in school, and obviously I met a team through Box Talk, and they told me to come down to the gym. I ended up going, but I just wanted to go just to like get my mind off things. But then I ended up going. I ended up like falling in love with it, and I've just carried on going ever since. Never looked back.
That's the side of gyms that all of these people that have negative thoughts about boxing, they don't understand. That kids that from the streets, struggling, kids in schools, struggling, and that's your business, is it? You go into schools.
Yeah. So well, I had to retire from boxing in 2019 due to an injury which I had. Shock injury, I had to retire, and then I started working in schools. I enjoyed it, and then set my own company of Box Talk now. So I'm in different schools on different days, working with kids that are struggling with certain issues. Some either confidence, anxiety sort of stuff, some going through anger management issues, and we work through groups of 4 kids, and you help them turn around using that energy in a different way. Help them burn a bit of steam off, release some anger, and some take the liking to the boxing, and then I get a lot come to the gyms through it. And like I said, Olivia was the first crop to come through, and she's helping pave the way now for the rest of them. And like I said, even the business in schools now, I speak about Olivia every school I go to. This is the work I've done through this little bit of mentoring 1 hour a week. We can go on and you can, like I said, she's changed the course of her life now. She's got her newspaper, she read the newspapers. Her head teacher's got cuttings of her on his wall.
Enormous respect for what you do going into schools. There needs to be more of that. But it just shows you what can be achieved. You were struggling, you didn't really have a place to be, you weren't sure what you wanted to do. All of a sudden, like you've just said, you've got a sport that you fell in love with.
Yeah.
And according to Daz, you're going to be a world champion.
Yeah, that's it.
Inshallah.
Guys, thank you very, very much for your time. Olivia, I'll be watching your progress. Don't forget our channel, Last Bell Boxing, when you do become world champion. I want the first interview. Thanks a lot. See you soon.